I think that works now. I hope so, at least. Today we're building Dark Age warriors for my Pagan Rus. So the aim for today is to at least cut away 18 of these from the sprue, put them on bases, and start removing all the excess material that I want to remove, since all of them are going to be converted in one way or another. I need to start removing a lot of stuff. So if anyone's watching, you can say hi if you want. If you have looked at my previous videos on the channel, you have seen that I don't do all of that. Please like, subscribe and share. I don't know, I just don't like doing that. But since I am only 1 subscriber away from 100 subscribers, and maybe I should, but I'm not going to. Okay, so here we have 18 of these. This guy that we have, see if I can show that. His arm is really like unusable. You can't really put a shield on it and make it look convincing. So I'm just gonna cut them off and sculpt new arms. So how many of these do we have? We have and it's the majority of minis in the box that has this stupid arm. So if you are planning to use this box, be prepared to do a bit of work on the left arm. So what I do is I just cut the arm away, and then we have to do a lot of green stuffing. It does take quite a bit longer to build the minis if we do it like this, but have to have good looking minis on the table, I think. So I started doing a test mini. So all the Pagan Rus will have, these massive pants on. So I need to modify all the legs also eventually. Okay, that's all the left arms cut off. Now we start doing the bases, or at least tidying them up a bit. And then we will also run the knife over the bases a couple of times just to get the glue something to grab onto when we start making the base. I prefer to do that now before I glue the mini to the base. You don't have to be as careful then. And these are the Renedra bases. To buy them in 50 packs. And I have a whole bag of them somewhere. Because you don't want to run out of bases in the middle of a project. I don't think you get bases in these boxes. Do you get bases in these boxes? I don't think so. No, doesn't look like it. So and this box is 40 minis in one box, so you go through quite a lot of bases. Okay, so now I just score the base a couple of times with a knife to get something for the glue to hang on to. And also try to go all the way out to the edge. Because that is usually, since that is one of the parts that you are grabbing, it's really easy to flake up the in my case, glue and sand mix that I will put on this. And usually when I do my painting, I do like on these ones, I try to paint the base first, because that for me makes the painting time, like it reduces the painting time, because it for me feels like I get to a finished model quicker. I don't spend a lot of time just painting tiny details and then I have to paint the base. If I paint the base first, for me it looks finished earlier in the painting process. So for me that makes me go through the projects much quicker. So after this step we will glue the mini onto the base and then start tidying the mini up a bit. I usually just do that with a I think this is a army painter knife. I don't like that it's round because it can roll away a bit when you place it on the desk. So, but other than that, it's an excellent knife. And this is just a craft knife I bought at the the building supply store. Okay, that was all the 18 bases, and I hope you can see that. I've just scored it a couple of times in different directions. So now it's time to just do a bit of tidying up on the bottom of these. Since we will be super gluing these onto the base, we don't really need to score these. I think it's called score, I don't know. If I used like a wood glue, which I obviously is not going to do, I would have probably done a couple of just ran the knife a couple of times on the underside of the base also, but in this case we don't need to do that. Yes, I'm using super glue for the speed. I have plastic cement also somewhere. I use the Tamiya extra thin, but yeah, I like the speed of the super glue. And the super glue I have is just ordinary Loctite from the hardware store. So nothing fancy. Okay, so then we just start gluing this on, and I usually try to make it so that the head of the Mini, or where the head is supposed to go, is in the center of the base. That usually makes it look pretty good. And I am not going to do since these, I can show on this one, these have this quite thick base, but I rarely do any fillers or anything. I just cover it with a layer of sand, or sometimes I do 2 layers of glue and sand just to disguise the base on the miniature a bit, but usually I just do that with static grass or whatever. It's not really visible. So we will do quite a lot of cutting away plastic on this eventually. So if you have any questions or comments or anything, just put them in the chat. I'm always glad to help out, so I'll answer if I know a good answer or even a bad answer. I don't think we're going to get to the sculpting portion today. That will be for another stream, I think. But I recently bought myself some sculpting wax from Green Stuff World, and that has really made sculpting very easy for me. I used to use, like everyone else, like saliva, water, anything, but yeah, I really like the sculpting Vaseline, and it goes a really long way. I have done quite a lot of green stuffing lately, and I haven't used hardly anything of this one. So yeah, so if you the pants for the Rus, yeah, I'm just trying to teach myself how to do, like, how cloth is draping over things. So yeah, I find the cloth really hard to sculpt, actually, or to make it flow naturally. But I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. Looking at the Mini, it's not great, but I kind of like it. I think when I've done all these 24, I hopefully have a hang of it. Be right back. Also, what I did was I changed the sculpting tool. So the sculpting tool I have, usually this one is flat, and this one I don't really know. I think that this also is kind of teardrop shaped, I think. So I just modified the sculpting tool a bit to suit my sculpting style. I've also done a couple of specialized, well, I say specialized, they're not specialized, just tools in general. So trying to find what tools I like to use. I also have the silicone brushes. These are what I used to do all my sculpting with, but recently I've only used this. So yeah, just let the super glue do its thing for a bit, and then we start cleaning the minis up. And looking at the ones I've already done, I cover the they all have this belt thingy, so I cover that with the green stuff all the way around also, because I don't want them to have belts, of course. Yeah, I need to tidy that up as well also, and not just the left arm. And damn it, the maybe I need to have these to rest a bit more, maybe, I don't know. So yeah, now it's just a cutting away, so we get down to a place where we can start doing the sculpts. Okay, I'm a bit too quick, I think. Because they are not sticking to the base properly. So as I said in the video that I did on Sunday, there isn't a army list for the Pagan Rus in Clash of Spears yet. So I probably need to make one of those also. But if you haven't seen, there is a army calculator for Clash also. I'm going to that you can use, and when you're looking at those, an army is basically just 10 different, no, not even that, 8 different options and a couple of leaders. So it's not a massively complicated army list to make. And that is one of the things that I like with Clash of Spears, that it's not, the armies are not that complicated to get minis for. and you need basically for a standard army 60 minis maybe. So with these 24 I have somewhere around, yeah, not really half, but almost half. Damn it, okay. Maybe I should have gone with a liquid poly route, because I wanted to do this a bit too quickly, I think. Yeah. This is not really working, I don't think. Not yet, at least. So what should we do then? I have no idea. We can do some sculpting. The army list will probably be based on Vikings, I think. Roughly Vikings. But I'm going to try to add a bit of details for the Rus. So what I've done is I cut basically I cut the pants off this one, so I got down to just the legs, and I have my green stuff in Ziploc bags, which is not ideal, but I decided on that a long time ago and haven't really changed it. So roughly equal parts of yellow and blue. And the sculpting Vaseline. What I will try to do now is I'm just gonna bulk up a bit for so when I make the pants I have something to build those on. And I think for this one I'm gonna do like long pants, maybe down to the shoes. I did on these ones I did basically half the way down, and I think for this one we'll do it all the way. When I get a bit more comfortable with sculpting the cloth, I will probably do a quick tutorial. So you just dab the sculpting tool into the Vaseline and start working it around on the where you want it. What you might find when using the Vaseline is that the green stuff won't really stick to itself on the second layer, so but what you could do is just basically wash them in soap or scratch off the top layer of green stuff with your knife, depending on how big the area is. Sometimes you don't even have to do anything. Depends on how much Vaseline you use. And always try to be as even on the bottom layers. Like if you know you're going to do a layer above this, I still try to make it neat and tidy, because you never know what, like we have to wait for this to set now for at least a couple of hours, and then you might change your mind and you really don't want to start over again. So when you do your sculpting, try to be neat and tidy. So now we have done the left leg, just the bulking up part, and then we do the same on the right leg. And if you don't have one of these miniature holder thingamajigs, there are several different ones on the market, but get one, they are excellent. For a long time I didn't think I needed one, because I thought it was quite pointless to have one, because I can just hold the base. But now I have like 8 or 10. Since I like to paint my miniatures in batches of 6, I don't know why, but I just do. I have 6 of them there, and then I have a couple for just if I want to paint a character or something. But rank and file I usually do 6 at a time. And you have like 15-minute working time on the green stuff, so you don't have to rush it really. Okay, so that is the pants bulked out. What I will do next, probably not today, is to just do the bottom part. So we'll try to make the pants basically, like, if you look at this, they are basically triangle shaped. So I will put a sausage of green stuff at the bottom and just drag it up towards the knee, just to make that triangular shape of the pants. And then into that sculpt all the folds. That is the way I did this, at least. So I will do that on this one also. Okay, so that was that one done. Layer 1 at least. We can do this one also. And when you've done all your sculpting, don't forget to wash your hands, since it is basically some kind of chemical reaction that you put all over your hands, so just to be safe. The green stuff, I don't think the green stuff is toxic. I haven't never seen that, but these days, what you wash your hands all the time anyways, so one more time won't hurt. So we dab the sculpting tool into the Vaseline and just start forming it. So last month I did basically a World War II month in my painting. I have 6 French infantry left to paint, I think, for that. But I think this month will be probably more fantasy focused. I hope so. But we'll see. That always changes what I want to paint, so and I don't really have anything to paint. Like, I used to play loads of like tournaments and stuff, so then you always had a tournament to you always had that as a goal. But the only goal I have see you, Jerry. Thanks for stopping by. Right now I don't really have a goal with my painting, except that I want to paint 365 minis this year, so 1 mini per day. And I've done 202, I think. So, and I have, I don't know, I have 7 months left to paint. So I'm a bit ahead. So that's why I thought I would do a crazy conversion project also. Because it's always good to have a plan. I will only be on like a couple of more minutes. Probably just gonna finish these pants and then I have to go. So we will have to get back to the new Pagan Rus some other day. And I haven't really decided on a schedule for the streams. I just want to do... I will probably, for now, just do streams when I feel like it. Releasing videos on Sundays is a good enough schedule for me right now. So you have to keep your eye out. Okay, so that was the pants on this one, bulked out. I probably can do a couple of folds already in these ones, and then they are basically finished because used quite a lot of green stuff. Now I'm just pushing from the bottom up on the pants just to make a fold. So when we get to the painting part of this, we have created some depth in the meaning, which is always nice. And this is why I put the bend in the sculpting tool. I can reach around much easier. And get into these hard to reach places. Okay, I think that's it. It's been 52 minutes already, I think. So yeah, I'll head off and I'll see you next time. Bye!